We all know what happened yesterday. There was an attempt of assassination of Donald Trump, the Republican candidate for the presidential election in America. We all know what happened. He's been shot at, missed. This news went throughout the world like a wildfire. I'm just in Moscow when it happened, and I just thought, out of curiosity, I would like to know what really Russians are thinking about the assassination attempt of the future, probably, President of the United States of America. By the look of things, I think we're in for a very big surprise, because I've come to know now Russian for one thing, where they are very consistent. Russians do not stick their noses in other people's business. This is something that really surprises me. So, because I live here as an expert, so I thought maybe I should go to Russian directly and see what they're saying about this. Like I said, I'll be surprised if we can find 5 people who are interested to talk about this. But that's just me. Let's try. Today is Monday the 15th, and I think the shooting happened on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Saturday. And I was actually awakened by somebody. That's how serious that subject is. And rightfully so, because whatever happened in America happened all influenced the world. So I understand that way of thinking. But I waited the news on TV in Russia for Sunday evening. Only Sunday evening I saw the news on TV. Only Sunday evening from Saturday. I saw nothing except Sunday evening, where I saw the news covering past attempts in America, including the one for Donald Trump. Yes, it was not a breaking news. What I've come to notice in Russia, there's no breaking news here. There's no breaking news, CNN, Russian news, come quickly and find out what is happening in the world. I think this culture is absolutely, totally different. It's totally different to the one we know. People here do not feed off propaganda and news. People actually feed off food. People actually buy food and they eat food. They don't eat propaganda. So it's a totally different culture. You won't make money with such a things in Russia. You just don't make money here. You don't make money. This is the GUM, one of the biggest center in Moscow, if not the most luxurious. Such a big mall. Don't even gonna have a chance. And that's the Kremlin. Hello, Mr. Putin. He's probably waking, because that's what Putin does. He works for his country. Yes. Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to see. As you can see for yourself, life goes on, really. No papers in hand, no newspaper, no one is selling newspaper like you find in many countries, Newspaper with breaking news, assassination attempt. There is nothing. There is nothing. Russians really, when they really want to eat, they don't take propaganda, they don't take news. They really go in a restaurant and they eat food. I think in the Western, we have a very different character. We have a total different mentality. I'm really surprised. Every day I get shocked. ketchup. I had to tell my wife, who's Russian, that there was an attempt in America. She didn't even know. And it was a bad way because she had things to do, you know. So yeah, it's amazing. See, there's no papers. Do you see any papers? See what I said to you? There's no papers. Nothing on news today, this morning. And yeah, if this was the reverse, if this attempt happened in Russia, my God. I mean, you see senators talking about somebody who fell from the window in Russia. I yet have to see any politician in Russia who's gonna be bothered about somebody who fell from a building in America. I yet have to see or hear that. I heard Lindsey Graham talking about Mr. Putin throwing people out of windows. If you're talking about lawlessness, I mean, if you're talking about, oh, I don't think I have word for this. I don't think I have word for this. Last time I make a video, I was so far away, and after finishing like an hour video, I was so excited. There was no sound, so I just hope there is sound on this video, because it's gonna be really such a futile exercise. You know, I am waiting for Russian. I've sent somebody to go get me someone that is interested. I said I'll give him money for coffee. He says, no, I will do it for free. Let me find somebody who can comment about this thing, because he himself was not interested. And he says he really doubts he'll find anybody. And that is just the culture. But we have a lot of time. It's only 12 o'clock, so I hope I get anybody who can try to comment on this. Sometimes I'm really thinking, what if all people, especially in Europe, because the culture fund in Russia is almost like what we used to be in Africa before social media. We just had respect, you know. We had respect, like people respect each other. Like we didn't have to go to school for that. Until we get so westernized, and we have this thing that is not our culture, is not Western culture, is lost, you know. Coming to Russia really have made me think about a lot of things. Like, if it was maybe like a small country, you will be like, okay, this is 7 million people. They probably, you know, tried, you know, to portray a certain behavior. You know, it's a small family. This is over 180 million people. This is the biggest country on the planet. Everybody has the same behavior. I mean, this is not like portraying a small character. This is how the country functions. People simply do not sneak their noses in other people's business. They do not sneak their noses. This is like an heritage. People simply do not sneak their nose in other people's business. A country, I'm talking about neighborhoods. I'm talking about in a neighborhood. What about a country? A country. They don't care what's happening in another country. It's been refreshing really to spend some time in Russia, because it's really brought me back to the senses, to humanity, to a place where it's like a deja vu, like you used to be there before, you know. Honestly, really, If I was a doctor in a Western country and I needed and I have, like psychologists and all these doctors that treat the brain, depression and whatever. I think really most of people, you just heal them by prescribing them a trip to Moscow. Like you go to Moscow, spend 3 weeks, you go to Moscow, spend a year. And I think when your clients do that, they return home, they are healed. I think you make a lot of money just prescribing people, go to Russia, spend some time. Because when I came here, I was sick too. I used to battle depression, and then I come here, I mean, really? My God. It was the amount of nonsense that I was accumulating that really was making me sick. The atmosphere of certain country is just like there is pressure. Like every Monday, someone come with a big pipe and then put pressure in the society, and people are just, and that's what you find in a lot of countries. I cannot emphasize on this enough. There is an atmosphere in Russia that is totally different from the rest of the world. And to see leaders around the world portraying Russia like some communist country where people are ducking under the bed because they heard the blue light with Putin driving in the neighborhood. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's selfish. It's jealousy at core. Jealousy at core, like jealousy at core. Western country really, you know who you are. I mean, I'm talking about Europe, I'm talking about America. I mean, watching America, Europe from Russia, watching what's going on from here, I cannot believe the media fooled us to believe for so long. I was a grown-up man, 50 years old. I didn't know my view of the world was decided by some girls and ladies on CNN, like I cannot even believe. My view of the world was decided by some little girl on CNN. I'm so angry. I am angry. I'm so angry that I've been fooled for so many years. I mean, this is where I used to go in the morning to get my news. CNN. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You see, people are funny here. Unbelievable. I used to wake up in the morning and get the news from CNN, and somehow this is how I was informed about the world and my views about the rest of the world. And there are still people today sitting watching CNN, LCE, BMF, beef, whatever. France 24. Thanks to technology, because really, I cannot believe this. I'm still waiting for someone to come and help me to talk about the assassination attempt in America. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. I sent 2 guys to look for somebody who's interested, just for 2 seconds. I don't ask for much time, just 2 seconds. If I find anybody, I'll be very curious. I'll be very, very curious. Wow. So I continue to record my video, and still curious to see anybody who's interested to talk about the assassination attempt. I yet have to find a newspaper or something, you know, or a group of people reading, talking about this. I really am curious. I really am curious. If it was the Champs-Élysées, by now you will have at least 5 magazines on each corner of the table. This is what we'll find out on the Champs-Élysées, you know. If it was Times Square in America, I could have already had 100 people queuing for this interview. I yet have to find anybody in Russia. I can't find. It's just shocking. This is Putin's office, the Kremlin, quiet, respectful. You see, there is a lot of tourists. Really interesting. Really interesting. Really interesting. Yes, this is the iconic monument. You can see it from far. This is the iconic. This is the iconic monument. On this side, you can see all the restaurants. It's called GUM. GUM is one of the biggest malls. It's got fancy shops inside and very expensive. Very expensive. Very expensive. I yet have to find anybody who's interested to talk about the assassination attempt in Moscow, in America. Because American, you put your nose in everyone else's business. If this was here, I have no doubt all TVs were going to remain open just to talk about it. Now, the irony is that no one is interested in what's happening in your country. I don't know. I don't know how you deal with this. I mean, really, America today looks like, you know, this family whose parents taught their kids that you are the most well-behaved kid, rich, taken care. Your parents are special parents. You are so amazing. Look at your neighbors. All the parents are irresponsible. Look how we take care of you. And then one day the kid, they start looking and they're like, Dad, something is not right. Why we have so many guns? Dad, something is not nice. Why the borders are not secured? Dad, something is not nice. Why there are so many drugs on the market? And you no longer know what to tell them. So before you used to demonize the neighbors, now you don't know what to say. And then they start like, Dad, why are we shooting each other? And now you have like to close the windows and the curtain and sit down with your kid and tell them. Either you tell them I lied to you all along, or you continue to say, you know what, this division is because the neighbors, they don't like us because we are so special. But we can't fool no more, because it looks like everybody by now knows that something's not good. Something is really, 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 really not sounding right. This is what America looks to the rest of the world now. You know? Last time it was, Russian interference in election. Now shooting by your own. Oh no, this is not funny. It's upsetting actually. Because I sit here and I see how you demonize the country every day. And when something as horrific as what happened, you want to come across like you want to fix the country, unite with peace. No, because you can't accept shame. America, you always want to spin a story that works against you. You can't accept shame. It's about time that you really, really, really accept shame. Because that's what your specialty is, shaming others, you know? I am on the Red Square looking for anybody who's interested to talk about the assassination attempt in your country. Nobody's interested. Nobody. Nobody. People here eat food, they don't eat propaganda. Nobody's interested. Soon I'm gonna sit down also eat food because that's what people do here. They eat food. People eat food actually, they don't just eat nonsense and propaganda and stuff that don't make no sense. See? You should grow up really. America, you should grow up. Stories in America, I find them, I don't even think fascinating is the word because it makes it look fancy. It's not fascinating. It's depressing. So, on one side, you're gonna hear people, the rhetoric about gun control because this group, they say gun is wrong. They're gonna use this attempt to talk about guns. That's why you wanna take the rifle out of the road, you know, the streets of America. Okay. Now, that is your almost sign of righteousness. We are the good people who want to remove the guns out of the street. And the other side says, no, guns cause no harm. It's people who are sick who cause harms to people. Yeah, got a point there, I got a point there. Then you get the other group. This is the one I want to show you my face. Then you get the other group saying, oh, we are against abortion, we are pro-life, but we are also pro-guns. Others say, we are against gun, but we are pro-abortion. So you find the common ground. And what is it, the common ground? The common ground is, you decide, one side say, no, let's kill this baby when they're still in the mother's womb. It's cheap, it's secretive, and we can do that as long as we want. The other one says, no, we refuse to kill them from the womb of the mother. We prefer that they are born, they are fed, and they go to school. When they go to school, once they're in school, they become toddlers, then we send someone crazy to shoot them because that way we make money. Because at least we've made business out of these babies. From the womb, there's no business. But a shooting in school, with all the respect I have for the people who lost their children in the school, that's actually how your leaders think. It's sickening. It's sickening. It's sickening. What's happening in your country in America, you are really, really come across like, not even the 80s look so bad. The 1800s, with all the wars, all the discrepancies, it sounds more civilized than now. You see how people live here? No one cares. Until you open CNN on YouTube, and then you hear stories that actually have no, they have no, it's ridiculous. I wish I took my wife's bet. She says, I bet you no one will be interested in that interview. I wish I took the bet. I wish I took the bet. I like that clock. It's so beautiful. Nice and beautiful. See people walk with babies because a lot of people here have babies in Russia. You see families, a lot of babies. People have babies all over because it's culture here. People just have babies and family are raised, the kid go to school. There's a lot of sanity going on here, a lot of sanity. A lot of sanity. To really take such a culture in such a beautiful country and demonize them day in and day out, so that you end up shooting each other on that level of presidential level. What a shame, America. What a shame. What a shame. Nah, I've had enough of you guys. I mean, really, enough is enough. You can't fool your people to that degree. No. I really encourage American youth to really wise up and travel around the world, because the idea that we have the most beautiful country in the world, you've been told that for so many years, you really actually believe your own lies. You have certain things that are beautiful, but other things, I wish you knew what you were talking about. Well, I'm gonna have a break because there is better things to do. I found nobody interested in Trump assassination attempt. I actually found very little people even knew about it. What I discovered today is that Russians are not interested to put their nose in other people's businesses. If anything can learn from Russian is to really mind their own businesses. I am very impressed that such a event, such a tragedy took place in a country that Russia is seemingly not in good terms with. Rather than using that opportunity to demonize America, they're absolutely not interested. I just found this amazing. Maybe we should learn something from Russian. Stick our noses in our businesses. That's what I learned today. Russia don't feed off propaganda, they eat real food. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat some food.